I'm predicting this for now, so note this and write this somewhere. This season, the title race is going to be between Chelsea and Liverpool. Yes guys, welcome to the channel. In this video is my early Premier League 2025-26 prediction, where I personally think each of the 20 teams in the Premier League going to finish at the end of game week 38 in the 2025-26 campaign season. If you're new here, kindly subscribe to this channel, like this video, and comment your predictions where you think each of the 20 teams are going to finish at the end of the season. My name is Andy Final. Without wasting much of your time, let's get started. Yeah, so starting off, the team that I personally think is going to finish 20th at the bottom at the end of game week 38 in 2026 is no other than Wolves. Business that has been done so far in the Premier League in this transfer window, I'm not really happy with the quality or the needed players that can help Wolves survive this season. So my prediction, if I have to put any team at the 20th position, I'm putting Wolves to finish 20th at the end of this campaign season. Yes, and coming in at number 19 is no other than Sunderland. I personally think Sunderland just got promoted from the Championship. They won the playoff and they got promoted into the Premier League. I don't think they have the quality players to help Sunderland survive in the Premier League coming in the next season. So I think with the player standard, they are not up there and they still need to buy more players. They can survive if they do proper recruitment, they buy quality players. I think they may survive, but if they don't, I don't personally think they are going to survive at the end of the season, because there are other 18 teams who are performing better and who are doing better business ahead of Sunderland. So I'm placing Sunderland at position. Yes, and the last team that will join the relegation battle is no other than Burnley. Burnley will come in at number 18. I'm predicting Burnley to finish 18th on the league table because same situation, they also got promoted into the Premier League this season, and 2 years ago Burnley were in the Premier League and they got relegated back to the Championship and they went back and qualified back to the Premier League. So it has been back-to-back qualification, and I don't think they still have the quality or the standard players that can help Burnley survive. Despite they may have some good players who can, prove something, but I don't think the strength and the recruitment and the negotiations that they are doing is good enough to help Burnley survive in the 2025-26 campaign season. So one team that I'm predicting to join the relegation is no other than Burnley. Burnley will finish 18th at the end of this campaign season. Coming in at number 17 is no other than West Ham United. I personally think West Ham United is going to survive in the 2025-26 campaign season. If they can still maintain Gerard Bowen in their West Ham squad, I think they may survive. But well, already they sold out Kudus Mohammed to Tottenham Hotspur, and I think last season Kudus was one of their key and their star boy in that team. If West Ham United do their business well, they are going to survive, and I think it's going to be hard between West Ham United and Burnley. One of these teams will go for relegation. I'm predicting Burnley rather will go for relegation, and West Ham United is going to survive in the 2025-26 campaign season. But it's going to be a tough fight between these two teams. Yes, and coming in at number 16 is no other than Everton. To me, I think relegation will be threatening them, but I don't think Everton will go for relegation, even though they've moved from Goodison Park to their new stadium, and I think they have the quality, they have players who can help them survive, Pickford being their main goalkeeper. Everton have a good squad, they have good defense and even goalkeeper behind them. So I think Everton, what they lack is the midfield and even the attacking threat. So coming in at number 16 is Everton. Moving on to the number 15th position, team that I personally think is going to finish 15th at the end of the 2025-26 campaign season is no other than Leeds United. Personally, I think Leeds United are going to survive the new campaign season. The friendly game they play against Manchester United. To be frank with you, despite Manchester United is a traditional team, I personally thought Leeds United were the better side, even though Manchester United last season they didn't perform, finishing 15th on the Premier League table with their new recruitment and all stars. I'll talk about them another time. But well, I think Leeds United, with the quality, with the players, the kind of players and the negotiations that they are still ongoing and they are still doing, I personally think Leeds United is going to survive, and I'm predicting Leeds United to finish 15th on the Premier League table at the end of the season. Yes, moving on and coming in at number 14 is Fulham. I personally think Fulham is going to finish 14th at the end of this campaign season. Well, I could have predicted them to finish way below than 14, but I think with their recruitment and the negotiations and the business that they've done so far, I'm not impressed, and I think they can still do more. If they can still get one or two players to join them, I think they can fight and fight hard. Predicting Fulham to finish 14th at the end of this campaign season. So my 14th club is going to be Fulham. And moving on and coming in at number 13, I'm predicting Nottingham Forest to finish 13th at the end of this campaign season. Somebody will say last season Nottingham Forest was the most impressive team because somebody predicted them that they were even going to finish in top 7 or top 6. But well, at the end of the season, they were even fighting for Champions League spot. It tells you the kind of team that Nottingham Forest had last season. They sold one of their key players, Anthony Elanga. He played a major role in them even fighting for Champions League spot last season, and I think it's going to be a key reason that is going to affect them. I know Morgan Gibbs-White is also being linked with Tottenham. That's why there is one of back and forth with the negotiation. With Nottingham Forest playing the Conference League or probably the Europa League, I think comparing these two competitions with midweek games and weekend Premier League fixtures is going to be a tough and a very long season for Nottingham Forest. So I'm predicting Nottingham Forest to finish 13th at the end of this campaign season. And moving on and coming in at number 12 is no other than Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace finishing number 12 or finishing 12th on the Premier League table is just like a normal thing to predict, because if you look at the Premier League table for the past 5 years, mostly Crystal Palace finish around 13, 12, 13, 12, 13, 12. So it has been back and forth. And me predicting Crystal Palace to finish 12 looks like a normal thing or something that is not even new. It's not surprising. And well, with them also selling some of their key players, likes of Eze, who has been linked with both Arsenal and Chelsea. I think likes of Mateta, who may be banging in the goals for Crystal Palace. So going into the new season, despite other teams are making negotiations and buying players to rebuild their team, going in, I'm predicting Crystal Palace to finish 12th on the Premier League table at the end of this campaign season. Yes, moving on to the 11th position, a team that I'm predicting to finish 11th at the end of this campaign season is no other than Brentford. Thomas Frankie has left Brentford to take charge of Tottenham Hotspur, but still, I think they have quality players, and with the likes of some of their key players like Mbeumo, who have left them to join Manchester United, I think Brentford are going to struggle within the season. But I think with the qualities that they have a decent squad, and I think they can fight and survive this campaign season. And I'm predicting Brentford to rather finish 11th on the Premier League table. It's going to be a long and a tough season for Brentford, but well, I'm still predicting Brentford to finish 11th at the end of this campaign season. Yeah, so moving on to the top half of the table, the number 10 position, a team that I'm predicting to finish 10th on the Premier League table is no other than AFC Bournemouth. Personally, I think Bournemouth is going to finish 10th at the end of this campaign season. With the likes of Semenyo, Clavet, I mean, they have good quality players that last season they really impressed. Despite getting to the latter stage, they were losing unexpected games. But well, I think going into this new season, they may be losing a couple of games, but I think still they have the decent squad to get top 10. So I'm predicting AFC Bournemouth to finish 10th on the Premier League table at the end of the 2025 2025-26 Premier League campaign season. Moving on to the number 9 position, a club that I personally think is going to finish 9th on the Premier League table is no other than Brighton. I think Brighton is not surprising. Brighton always have decent squad, and this season I think they sold out some of their key players like Joao Pedro, who was scoring a couple of goals for them. Last season he scored 10 goals for Brighton, and well, he has been sold to Chelsea. Brighton has been a club who always develop this talent and they always sell to the big team. So I'm not surprised they sold the likes of Joao Pedro to Chelsea. I'm predicting Brighton to finish 9th on the Premier League table at the end of this campaign season. Club or a team that I personally think is going to finish 8th on the Premier League table at the end of this campaign season is no other than Newcastle United. I think Newcastle United are going to finish 8th at the end of this campaign season because this season they've missed out on all their targets that they've been chasing. Their transfer window with the likes of Mbeumo, Ekitike, and some of the big players that Newcastle United were trying to recruit and add to their squad. They play in the UEFA Champions League and it will be a big risk. I think injury and a couple of things will affect them and they will miss out of the top 4. Newcastle United will miss out and probably finish 8th on the Premier League table at the end of the season. So Newcastle will come in at number 8. Club or a team that I personally think is going to finish 7th at the end of the season is no other than Aston Villa. With Unai Emery, I think Aston Villa this season will still be impressive. Despite last season, they missed out of the Champions League spot on the last day that they lost to Manchester United, and it was shocking. I personally think Aston Villa is going to finish 7th on the Premier League table at the end of this campaign season. So my 7th club is Aston Villa. Yes, and coming in at number 6, a team or a club that I personally think will finish 6th on the Premier League table at the end of this campaign season is no other than Tottenham Hotspur. Despite last season, Tottenham Hotspur finished 17th on the Premier League table, which was shocking because it was obvious, despite they qualifying for the Champions League by winning the Europa League, they've done enough and quality business that can help them get back to the Europa spot, but I think they will miss out of the Champions League spot even if they finish 6th on the Premier League table, because there are other teams that I personally think they are going to finish ahead of Tottenham Hotspur. I'm predicting Tottenham Hotspur will finish 6th at the end of this campaign season. Yes, and moving on to a team or a football club who is going to finish 5th at the end of this campaign season is no other than the almighty Manchester United. If by game week 10 Ruben Amorim is still Manchester United head coach, I personally think he's going to turn things around and he's going to get a strong finish. And I'll predict that Manchester United will finish 5th on the Premier League table at the end of this campaign season. So far, they've done a decent business buying the likes of Matheus Cunha, Mbeumo. I mean, United have the quality players, but who to put them together to play the football is what matters now. They just need a decent coach with a decent system, and United will start winning and surprising everybody. So I personally think Manchester United is going to surprise everybody going into the new season by finishing 5th on the Premier League table at the end of this campaign season. Moving on to the top 4 clubs that I personally think are going to finish in the top 4. We have 4 teams remaining now, and coming in at number 4 is no other than Arsenal. I'm predicting Arsenal to finish 4th on the Premier League table. Despite this season, they've done some decent business that they've done over there, but I don't think they are good enough to help Arsenal win the Premier League, which is the ultimate, what they are looking for. But I don't think this season is for Arsenal, because so far with the business that they've done, yes, they are a decent squad, they have a good team, but I don't think Mikel Arteta still being the manager for Arsenal this season it's going to be very difficult for Arsenal to win the Premier League. But I think Arsenal is going to make the top 4 at the end of the season, and this is not going to be a struggle. Arsenal will make the top 4 but cannot go ahead to win the Premier League. To the 3rd position, a team that I personally think is going to finish 3rd on the Premier League table is no other than Manchester City. So far so good. Manchester City last season finished 3rd on the Premier League season, which I think throughout the entire season they struggled with the likes of Rodri got injured, Erling Haaland at some point also. But I think this season, with the kind of recruitment, with the addition of Mamouche, Sheki, and all these quality players that they've added, I don't think they are going to win it, but still, they are still going to maintain their Champions League spot, and Manchester City is going to be 3rd at the end of this campaign season. This brings me to the final 2. I'm predicting this for now, so note this and write this somewhere. This season, the title race is going to be between Chelsea and Liverpool. The title race will start from game week 6. That is where everything will get started running, and it's going to be an interesting season. With Manchester City finishing 3rd, who do I think will finish on top of the Premier League table and is going to be crowned as the Premier League champion? Let's talk about the business that Chelsea have done so far. Well, Chelsea going into this season, they are coming with a huge squad, well proven, with the likes of Moises Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez in the midfield. These are 2 midfield that have played for the past 2 years. So they've built their confidence, a little bit experience. I mean, these 2 partnerships went to the Club World Cup and they won it. And if they continue with this good form going into the new season, they are going to surprise everybody. Chelsea has the best midfield in the world, that anything that they will face are going to struggle. The new addition of Joao Pedro, Liam Delap, Chelsea attack also looks sharp, including of Cole Mighty Palmer. Right now, he's even a Ballon d'Or contender. So going into the new season, I will not be shocked, I will not be impressed, I will not be amazed, I will not be surprised if Chelsea is in the title race with Liverpool. Talking about Liverpool this season, they've also done some good quality business that I think last season they won the Premier League, and the kind of players that they are buying in addition to their squad is mind-busting. It's only Trent who left to Real Madrid. Now they brought in Jeremy Frimpong, they brought in Foyinved, they brought in Ekitike. And Liverpool, with Arne Slot still being their head coach, he just took over Liverpool last season and you won the Premier League last season. With this addition of players, I think Liverpool this season, the title race is going to be interesting between Liverpool and Chelsea. A 2-horse race going into the new season 2025-26 campaign season. And who do I think is going to win the Premier League? Before I'm going to say who is going to win it, I'm just giving one fact. The last time that Sunderland was in the Premier League, one team won the Premier League. Go and check if you know the team who won the Premier League the last time Sunderland was in the Premier League. That is the team who is going to win this year's Premier League. And I'm giving a clue that the last time Sunderland was in the Premier League, there was only one team who won the Premier League, and this is the team who is going to win this Premier League for this campaign season. Let me know your mind at the comment section. What you also think? What are your predictions going into the new Premier League campaign season? Like this video, watch another video from this channel. Till we meet in another video. Bye bye for now.